I'm Lauren Green, and you're in the strategy room. GOP presidential candidate Senator Marco Rubio is heading to Puerto Rico today, and Democratic frontrunner Hillary Clinton isn't far behind. The former Secretary of State will also be campaigning in Puerto Rico on Friday. So what's behind the strategy campaigning in a state where the residents can't even vote in 2016? Here with reaction, Jeanne Zaino, professor of political science and international studies at Iona College, and Ashley Intartaglia, principal at the Victory Group. Welcome to you both.
Thanks.
Okay, so Jeanne, let me start with you, because why Puerto Rico, as we're talking about in the introduction, people can't even vote. So is this a good strategy in getting the Latino vote?
It's a good strategy because it is an important constituency for the Democrats and the Republicans. And of course, we've seen other candidates go there already. But it's interesting, we're going to see Marco Rubio and Hillary Clinton on the same day going to a place that's an economic crisis. And, you know, Hillary Clinton has come out with more of a concerted strategy on that. We're going to hear what Marco Rubio has to say. His campaign said he'll probably address what he thinks should happen with the bankruptcy aspect of this when he gets down there. But absolutely, the Republicans after 2012, with their own, rehash of what had happened and why they had lost, had said one constituency they've got to start appealing to are Latinos. And so Marco Rubio is well positioned, as is Jeb Bush, to make these appeals. And we're seeing Marco Rubio try to do that, as he goes down there. Now, whether or not it's going to be effective, given all that's happened with immigration, I think is the big question. Yeah. Because Latino support for Republican candidates is way, way down. But again, Jeb Bush and Marco Rubio, both from Florida, both with ties to the Latino community, they do have an inroads to make this case.
So actually that brings up the point that it's not just about Florida, it's about the entire Latino vote for America. But who will it benefit most? Will it benefit Marco Rubio or Hillary Clinton?
Well, there's really an opportunity here. And, Puerto Rico is facing this $70 billion debt crisis. The opportunity is that in Florida alone, never mind the rest of the country, we have about 1 million Puerto Ricans living in the state of Florida, and they make up about 20% of the Hispanic population here. We've got 29 electoral votes at stake. That's a huge win for a Democrat or Republican. So I think we're going to see Marco Rubio, Hillary Clinton, and frankly, all of the presidential candidates campaigning very hard, not just in the Hispanic community, but specifically on how they would tackle this Puerto Rican debt crisis as a way to win Florida and ultimately maybe boost them in the Hispanic vote around the country.
So, Hillary Clinton, they're both focusing on different issues. So what does each candidate have to do to sort of stand out, to say, I'm your guy or I'm your woman?
Well, I think this is a wonderful opportunity for the Republicans. They've been so bashed on the immigration issue as it concerns Latinos. The fact that Marco Rubio can go down there and say, look, we have a strategy for helping you get out of this crisis, out of this debt crisis, I think does give them an opening. Look, many Republicans, many conservatives feel that their economic policies are better for Latinos, are better for the Hispanic community, and quite frankly, better for the state of Florida and other places with large populations. So this gives them an inroads to sort of change the narrative away from what it's been so far, which has been, this kind of illegal immigration and those kinds of things. So I think for Republicans, it's a very good moment for them to try to, embrace this new narrative. I think Hillary Clinton is going to try to both address the economic concerns, but also try to make the case that it is the Democrats who have been most friendly to Latinos in the United States, and they have an awful lot of support. She wants to get the support that Obama got last time around, and she wants to build on that. So I think we're going to hear her try to do that. And she, by the way, does much better in the Latino and African American communities than does somebody like a Bernie Sanders. Exactly. So she also has inroads there as well.
So, Ashley, are we going to see the other candidates making a trip down to Puerto Rico? Particularly, we're going to see more Democrats, or we're going to see more Republicans?
Well, I think you're going to, the Democratic field is limited, so I think, obviously Hillary's going to be down there. I think most of the Republican candidates will stop down. A few already have. Another point to keep in mind on all of this is that Puerto Ricans on a macro level in the United States, it's one of the fastest growing populations in the country, 67% increase from 2000 to 2012. Republicans campaigning among Hispanics and particularly Puerto Ricans because of this debt issue, this is not only about 2016, they're making an investment for future elections. So this is going to be a very important topic for Republicans and Democrats moving forward.
All right, I want to thank you so much, Jeanne and Ashley, for being here. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Lauren.
And you can check out foxnews.com for more on the 2016 presidential race. I'm Lauren Green, and thanks for watching.